Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go again. Buckle up, rough roads ahead. Not sure why that was peaking like that. Not sure at all. And all of a sudden it decided to peak, and it's kind of doing that now. I don't know if there's something funky wrong with my mic or not. It's just be the headphones. So when we look at certain things, traditionally we have this OPSEC. And in OPSEC, they tell you, watch out for the spies. They're going to do this or try to do that to you. In law enforcement, they kind of put a little bit in professional responsibility. The traditional OPSEC is and has been manipulated by criminal spycraft operators. So essentially, you go and say that person has fallen, they have an alcohol problem, they have money problem. I made light of it when I was explaining the employee assisted suicide program that they call the employee assistance program. So in reality, spies can cause these events in a person's life, a employee's life, and then everybody that's a corrupt piece of garbage who generally would have access to a power circle will say, "Oh, that person did something to cause all this, and spies manipulated, or criminals manipulated, or their life is this, or life is that." In reality, the spies are the coworkers. They're generally very well-to-do people. They were easy to spot in the '90s. Didn't know that that's what it was, but hindsight 2020 when you wake up, and of course been manipulated and attacked by spies for over 30 years now. We have spies in our government, and many of them are supervisors and leaders. Some are just extorted into not saying anything, and other ones are actual spy operators. It's easy to pay a spy with the stock market increase. Just time it in conjunction with what you ask them to do, and how do you ask them to do it. You can do it through coded messaging. Never have to speak to the person. You can teach them the coded messaging. People can put inferences behind something, a metaphysical inference, and then it's received. So when we look at that pilot possibility that somebody put that pilot in a course or on a course where that would happen. So that could be the cover up. Oh, the pilot was using psychedelics and this, that, and the other thing. But meanwhile, there's a there's a satellite honed in on his life, and a artificial intelligence, a mainframe or a series of mainframes to try to make him do something like that. And again, it collects the data. AI would then, focus on improving the system so they can to a person faster and more accurately, or a group of people, quite honestly, possibly a mass. Well, they talk about it's not just their women, because it's the way I am in the military and in law enforcement and evaluations of those things, analysis. Uh, they say there's no doubt about the women battalion. Well, Mazel Tov, your baptism under fire, great job. But the reality is, you may be telling a story about the Hamas. Not to say they're not capable, the women, but the guy could have been shining shoes a week earlier. And we ran into this with Saddam Hussein. Thank you. Well, intelligence-wise, you might be receiving data that says Hamas really is not capable. They just look good. They wear this stuff and they look good, right? Yeah, maybe a few, but I think you're dealing with a non-professional army, and so the question is, where did it all come from? Who's pushing the buttons? Iran, of course, is somewhere in the mix, but even Iran may have been set up in this event. Did Iran send the message to rape, or did Mossad send the message to rape? Or was it France? Or was it China or Russia? Or was it a private operator? Some crazy Christian with billions of dollars and 17 CIA people that work for him. Half of those are still employed with the CIA, and the other half are former. I went to, oh man, I'm supposed to turn back there. Easy to drive here at night, I guess. That's weird. Right. Gotta get this construction zone healed. It's raining today, be a good day to do it. 135th and 69. Thank you. All right, is that place I said to heal with the Quintus or something? Probably need to heal that. Right, it could be AI. Well, Satan is AI. I mean, a form of AI. Right. Well, right. Satan has a system. People have plugged into that system, and they replicate that system. But they could be like a pope, and I'm not saying the pope's doing it. It doesn't seem like he's doing it. He's affected by it, and I yell at him sometimes. But some people are actually acting out Satan's tortures and psychological manipulation, and part of that is spycraft. Now, you chose to go dark, all of you, and I mean dark as far as evil. Well, paid better, right? You win. It could have been a computer that told the origination of somebody telling Hamas to behead and rape victims. Could have been a computer AI. Russians would do it in a second. Can't trust Russians. Of all they're the most devious of all of them. I mean, they can't trust CIA either, but Russians probably the most devious. But they built an AI computer using Putin's mind. So somebody might show all the signs of something, but again, that's built into the spy system. What is the traditional training and assessments when something goes wrong, and how can we hide and put the onus on the person individually, individual responsibility? I don't think there's a way out there. Now, I've been through this before. I'm kind of driving in the wrong direction to get where I need to go. I'm healing this area. I might have to go by that building just to see again. I can't remember where it is. I did see it before I got in here. I guess over there. All right, it's over here. It's a professional building, so we need to heal professional buildings, but especially this one here. Pediatric Partners. Feel that. Deer Creek Woods, I guess it's called, or something like that. Right. So the problem with Pediatric Partners there is not them, but something's attacking them again. And it could be an AI attack, but it's the AI attack or the spycraft attack will focus on people around their victim, and they'll operate them to be the abuser. Same thing Satan does. But it's not all Satan. Again, even if it's somebody that's not connected in or being paid, Satan's still paying them. They're still outside proper behavior in government. But if the people were fired where I worked that should have been fired, nothing would have went wrong. John would still be alive. Everything would still be working. Because again, Satan can't get in, and the operators and PIs can't get in unless somebody in your organization sells, and they're already there. That's why they got promoted. Some. No, they're not interested because they all, not all, but a bunch of people in power made money with that system, so they're not interested in investigating it. Of course not. Iran already said they can manipulate our people. But they got nice homes and all of that. So I'm having a fun game with the paint. They're cursing me. So I'm zeroed in on what I'm going to use. Like the paint I use every time. I don't know why I didn't use it. Well, it's funny. Funny thing is, not so funny, but I looked up the white stone yesterday. So the only white stone I have in my apartment is that incense burning marble from India that I use, right? So yesterday, while I was moving around, it got broke. I'm doing a lot of like home improvement type stuff, but I mean, furniture, that kind of stuff, painting. It was broken. So and they'll say, God means something. Yeah, but unless I reverse, I think about it and reverse it. And I go, oh no, it doesn't mean that. I know that's true, but false. They're the opposite of the truth. But what happened is they cursed the white stone. I didn't figure it out right away because I was just trying to figure out. I turned it into crushed stone. I use it in my garden there, my landscaped area. I crushed up one of the pieces of slate. Wow, that looks great. Now the marble is a little too white. I got to move out to a different section. But they cursed the white stone, and it cracked. So again, that's what they cursed the white stone. If I ever purchased it, the curse is already there because it's the watchers, man. It's the watch list. They're insane, and all the PIs and everybody else that's allowed to watch people. They think it's great because if they've ever raped anyone, if they've ever molested a child, if they've ever stolen money, if they've ever beat somebody else or said a bunch of racial stuff, they're protected by that system. All the corrupt people I'm speaking about. So they're the opposite of extorted. They're actually propped up, and everybody else is extorted not to say anything. Well, stay peaceful, pray